Hey, what's up guys? My name is Zaid and I'm the owner of a 1997 Mk3 Golf Cabriolet. So I got the car about a month and a half ago. Yeah, about a month and a half ago. And I'd been looking around for a car. I had a Mark6 Golf wagon that I sold last November, and I haven't had a car since. So I thought, I'll just look for a car, but I want to build a car instead of buying a car. So I had a look around on the internet, and I found a couple of cars. A friend of mine sent me a link to this one, and at first I thought, oh, that'll be really cool, like getting a Cabrio. That'll be cool for summer, do it up over winter, you know, take it out driving over the summer with the top down. Looking online, looking at the pictures of what they look like, what people have done to them, I like the look of them. But when I actually went to go look at the car and I drove it, I remember saying to my wife, like, it feels like a girl's car, like it just feels too girly for me. And I thought, you know what, now I'm not gonna worry, I'll just keep a lookout and get a Mk3 VR6. A manual one came up, and I was bidding on it, but I decided it was above my budget. So talking to that same friend that showed me the car, he said to me, don't look at it for what it is now, look at it for what it could be. And I thought, you know what, fuck, he's right. He's right, let me just go have another look at this car. The lady wanted an amount for it. I obviously didn't want to pay that much. She lowered it considerably, but I still wasn't happy with it. I said, look, this is my offer. She said no. So okay, all good, no dramas. Left it a couple of days, messaged back and said, hey look, I really do like the car. I know the car's just standing there. You know, I want to fix it up, you know, like I'd spoken to her about. But, you know, will you accept my offer? If you do, I can pick it up today. And she replied and said yes. So literally that afternoon, I went and picked the car up, brought the car home. And literally from the minute we brought it home, we started working on it. So it's a blue with that purple pearl Mk3 Golf. Pretty basic interior. It had the beige interior with the two-tone dash, the grey and the beige. I don't particularly like that color, so you know the first thing I had to do was we had to change the interior, change the dashboard, change the seats, change all that. The plan with the Golf is, you know, make it look like it's a new car, make it drive like it's a new car, but have that old school feel to it, that old school look to it, and just build something that isn't, you know, very common and something you don't see very often in where I'm from. So yeah, I got the car home, and literally from the minute I got it home, I started doing stuff with it. The same friend that sent me the link to this car sent me another link to a automatic VR6 that had been parked up about 120, 130 k's away. So messaged the guy, made him an offer. He was happy with it. Went down, went there, had a look at it, made sure everything was all good. Had a chat to the guy. So the body of the car is deregistered of the VR6 I was looking at. But the motor had 151,000 k's, automatic, came with a whole bunch of parts, everything was all good. Looked at it, and yeah, pretty happy with it. So next day, organized a tow truck went and picked it up, dropped the car off here, and that's donor one. And then I took the dash, the carpets, the front and rear part of the carpets, and the center console from that one, because it was all black, and swapped it over into the Cabriolet. And then I took the rear subframe out, swapped it over into the Cabrio, and now we've got a 5-stud ball pen at the back, and I've currently got the VR6 wheels on the back, and then the 4-stud wheels on the front, because we're just waiting for donor car 2 to arrive. Donor number 2 is a manual VR6, 2-door, so I'll be taking all the manual running gear out of that, putting it in the Cabrio. So the goal with the car is to have a manual VR6, low KM VR6 in a Mk3 Cabrio. We're going to change the front end, so we want to move to the square light setup, so the Jetta front end, lower the car, bigger wheels, and then, you know, full black interior, and give the car a paint job as well. So when I got the car, it was it had been standing, and just with typical paint, like the paint was faded, there's heaps of scratches, lots of deep scratches. One of the first things I did was I gave it a wash, a clay bar, cut and polish, so 3-stage paint correction, just to try and get as much of the swirl marks and scratches out as I could. A lot of them came out, and a lot of them came out really nice. But there are still a lot of deep scratches in the paint. You know, it's a 1997, so, you know, it's a, 25-year-old car. So it's gonna have its scratches. The thing that made me get the car was the fact that the body had zero rust on it. The sills are straight. No one's trying to jack up on them and bend them. There's no rust underneath the car. The car went for warrant of fitness at a VT&Z and testing station, and they didn't pick up any rust anywhere. So that was the first thing that made me go, okay, there might be something here. The soft top works really well. The soft top is in amazing condition. All the electrics work now. The front passenger window didn't work, so I just swapped the motor out, the window motor out of the donor number 1, put it in, and so now that's working now. But everything else works really well on the car. When I got the car had no warrant, no rego. It failed on the left rear hub had a bit of play. It needed the headlights adjusted. There was a hole in the exhaust, and the window didn't work, but that obviously wasn't a warrant issue. So the 3 major things: literally pull the back wheel off, the left rear wheel off, tighten the nut up, put it back on again, zero play, put the wheel back on again, took the exhaust off the VR6, put it straight in, and then took the headlights off the VR6 and put it straight in, because the headlights on that was actually broken on the inside. The inside of the casing was actually broken, so it couldn't be adjusted. Took it back for warrant, and it went straight through for warrant. So happy days. The car was less than $1,000, so for me to do nothing on it, or spend nothing further than what donor 1 has given me, was easy. So yeah, so now I've got a running Mk3 Cabrio, and yeah, it's a pretty wicked little car. The plans with the car, like I said before, we're going to do a VR6 swap. I looked at a few different options. I could either do just a basic, straightforward Mk3 VR6 into the Cabrio's body, unbolt the subframes, unbolt on the VR6, swap it straight over, swap the wiring loom, swap the gear selector, swap the pedal box, and off we go. Or the other option that I did have, that I chose to not go with, was to go 4Motion. So to go to the 24 valve VR6, a 2.8 VR6, and have 4Motion on it. But I decided not to do that because it was gonna cost a lot more money, and 2, there was no way of recouping anything back. So the whole idea of this came about. I was talking to a friend, and he said, "You keep wasting money on cars. Why do you keep wasting money on cars?" I said, "Dude, I'm not spending any money on this car. The whole point of this car is to get it and have it at $0." And he said, "Well, how are you going to do that?" I said, "Well, I bought a donor car. I'm going to sell parts of the donor car to pay for this. I bought a set of wheels, and I'm getting 2 sets for the price of 1, so I'll sell a set of those wheels. And at the end of the build, when the car is complete, the car will owe me $0, meaning I've spent money, but I've got all of it back again." So that's the concept behind the $0 Mk3. I thought it would be cool to try and do something, instead of just doing a build video, actually have some sort of challenge with it. And so how can we go about, getting the car to where it is, from where it is to where it's going to go, and have a completed budget of $0. So I don't think anyone's ever documented it. Probably has on the internet, but I don't know anyone, so I thought I'd give it a crack. And so that's how the $0 Mk3 was born. It's been cool, like meeting people again, or meeting new people, and just bonding over our cars. And that's the whole point of all of this, is that we all like different things, but we also bonded we also brought together by the love of cars. So yeah, that's a bit about me and the story behind the car so far. things are moving pretty quickly. I've got a lot of stuff ready. Like I said, I've got donor number 2 coming, so I've got the motor for it. I've sold the shell for donor number 1, so that's brought me some money back again. I think what I'll do is at the end of it, I'll tally everything up. I've been keeping a track on my phone and in my notes. I've keeping all the receipts of any parts that I buy, and then at the end I'll make a video and then just kind of outlining if we made it or not. There's no particular time frame on it, but I've got a bit of a OCD with if I want it now, so chances I'll probably be completed very soon. But yeah, donor number 2 is on its way with the gearbox and the manual conversion, so that's all I'm really waiting for, and I'll take the interior out of that as well and finish off the black interior in the Cabrio. I've got a set of wheels, some 2-piece wheels that'll be refurbed, so they'll go with the color scheme of the car. And yeah, like, I'm pretty excited for it. I've got an Instagram page as well if you guys want to follow along. It's the $0 Mk3. Give it a follow. Check it out on the page as well. I'm going to be checking up some videos of everything we do. One of the things I noticed with YouTube when I was trying to look for videos to find things, there's not a lot of in-depth videos. I'm going to try my best to cover this as much as possible and be as in-depth as I can. But yeah, just if you want to follow along, obviously like and subscribe to the video so you can see it more. And yeah, let's see if I can complete this budget, this build with a total of $0 budget. Peace.